Hi DOPs, Alex here, and this is another cinematography breakdown video in which we will take a look at one of my recent works, a promo video for Viasat TV channel, which is in fact a whole network of TV channels. There were 6 videos in total, each dedicated to a channel's own topic. But today we're looking at this one video for Russian cinema channel. In fact, I have to show it without a sound to avoid copyright violation, since it uses music which was an official soundtrack to one of the famous Russian movies. According to the plot, the family is sitting at the table. It is a New Year's Eve. There is a New Year's feast, and then the camera flies up. It flies up one floor and ends up in the apartment above, where Santa Claus is sitting in front of a TV. So let's see how it was filmed. Let's start with the location. It was decided to build a scenery for this room in one of the premises of the production company. Everything that you see was built from scratch. This means that the far wall with a window are not real, the right wall with a window are also not real. We also constructed a ceiling, as you can see. The wall on the left with the door were also built for shooting. A presentation of the project was prepared for the channel. It showed examples of interiors as the director imagined them. There were also description of all scenes and props. After that, the director and I, together with production designer, came to the location, which at that time was an empty room, and discussed all the details. Where the table should be, where the windows should be, front door, etc, etc. And then the production designer came up with a concept for the interior. We filmed this commercial with Red Epic camera and ultra prime lenses. Set the resolution to the maximum, 5K or 5K HD. 5K HD if such is available. Temperature 3200K. ISO, let's leave it at 400. Do we use 20mm lenses? Yes. Is there an 18mm lens available? If not, then let's use this one. Let's go ahead and talk about the light in the windows. According to the director's idea, the light from the street was supposed to be purple because the purple is the signature color of the Viasat channel. For this, we used 2 sky panels. Behind the window that was facing us in the frame, we hung a printed banner of the night city. It had to be illuminated too, and for this I put a quasar on the floor. Its temperature was 5600, pretty cold. And we also used a small flag to separate it from the window so that excess light from below would not pass. Adjust the color now. There was a problem. The camera saw the purple color as blue. It was impossible to obtain the desired shade, even though we saw it purple with our own eyes. The camera still rendered it blue. In the end, we decided to deal with this issue during color correction and left it as it was. Alex, let's try to put this one behind the Christmas tree. When it comes to shooting Christmas tree, there is always a question whether we should illuminate the tree or the tree itself must be a source of light. Usually, all such trees are dark, and no matter what device we use for illumination, it will be still dark. Can we put it directly inside the tree? Directly to the stem? Perhaps install it from above? To address this issue, I usually ask to hang string lights or put it against the background, the color of which provides the highest contrast. For instance, the tree is dark while the background is light, or vice versa. But in our case, we had a green tree and a green background. And in order to somehow deal with this, I came up with this idea. We installed a pipe-shaped quasar inside the tree, and it was shining through the branches to the background. By doing so, we got the feeling that the string lights were shining. Because one side of these quasars is completely black, we installed it in a way that a black side was facing the camera. This helped us make it unnoticeable and seem that it was just a tree stem. This is the point. So we put rails here. In order to lift the camera and fly through the floor, we used a Magnum dolly system with Panther crane. I asked to take the longest possible crane to minimize the bow line movement. When the camera was raised from the bottom up, there was such movement, and the higher we climbed, the more camera moved backward. I wanted to avoid this effect, so we took the longest crane and thereby minimized this effect. Now it is moving backwards. When it does, you can make up for this by moving forward. Or we could do it differently. We can simply raise the tower. Okay, let's go up. But faster, please. We should not be slowing down in the end. I mean, not to slow down before we start to pass through the ceiling. Since we were shooting against the window, there could be some reflections in its glass from the camera or from the people who were sitting behind the playback, just opposite to this window. That is why we installed an 8-foot frame with a black rag. Alex, that light mat must be placed there closer to this door. The color should be warm. Yeah, make it the warmest. But let's place it next to the fire extinguisher. Alex, let's perhaps raise it slightly so that it does not illuminate the entire room. So that it shines somehow like this. The door is fine, but it will be half closed. Okay, looks good. Okay, we can use the flag to make everything better. Okay, that's good. We need to place it lower. No, simply place it at an angle. In order to eliminate the people sitting at the table, we wanted to imitate the chandelier hanging above the table. The chandelier itself was barely emitting any light, just a little bit to create some reflections on the ceiling, but the most part of the light was coming from the light mat attached to the edge of our fake ceiling. Tilt it slightly, to my side. Yeah, like this. We also used another light mat that was emitting a cold light for the filling to soften the shadows appearing below the actors' faces.
The light from the chandelier was creating shadows under the actors' faces, the chins, etc., etc., so we needed to soften them.
That is why this light mat helped a lot. I could see someone in the reflection on the window. Please tell them to be careful. Also, I would like to add that all sources of light in the frame, lamps, chandeliers, etc., they were all connected to the dimmer, so we could lower the brightness as much as we wanted to avoid the overexposure. The light outside the window remained the same. We simply changed the location of the tree, removed quasar. Behind the TV on the floor lies a small panel which illuminates the paper notes attached to the wall. We used a DD light to illuminate the shelf under the TV. Another DD light is standing on the right outside the frame and it illuminates the box here. It also illuminates the steam rising from the cup of tea. The main source of light illuminating Santa Claus is the TV. There was simply a white picture that was flickering. During post-production, we placed the video that had to be there according to the plot. I can also show you an A/B before and after color correction. That is all for today. I hope you liked it. As always, I would be happy to answer your questions if you have any. Please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already,
And hit the bell. Well, you know what to do.
and see you in the next one. Bye.